I have a confession to make. I like watching YouTube. I know it's not much of a confession to say to you guys because you're on YouTube, so you probably like watching YouTube. But it truly has helped me in so many ways and so many times. So I love to be able to share with you guys the channels that I love to watch. So that's what this video is, a share the love video. So the kind of videos that I like to watch the most are either beauty related or home related. Now, when I say beauty related, I usually mean just a little bit of makeup, but a lot more on health and skincare and eating well and things like that. That's the kind of beauty I like to watch the most. And so I'm going to get into, I think it's 3 different channels that are beauty-ish related, and then 2 channels that are home related. The first one I want to talk about is Hot and Flashy. So this lady has been on YouTube for quite some time. She is in her 50s. She's around the same age as I am. So I started watching her almost as soon as I started watching YouTube because I was looking for information on makeup and skincare for people in their 50s. And Angie is her name, from Hot and Flashy, came up immediately. And she is very inspiring. I will tell you now, I don't watch much of her actual makeup videos except for she does a Foundation Friday, and I'm interested, but not completely, only because her skin is not exactly like mine. Her skin is much more of a oily kind of skin with a little bit of dryness, where I am completely dry. I like to watch YouTubers that have the same kind of skin as I do when it comes to skincare. But she does a ton of research, and that's the reason I'm very impressed with her. She does this annual, and she just posted a little bit ago, different mineral sunscreens that she has used. She'll tell you how they looked on her, how they responded to makeup, how they worked on their own, and she does an extremely thorough job. So I'm very impressed with her channel. She also does great anti-aging skincare. Now again, she doesn't have the same kind of skin as I do. She doesn't have rosacea, things like that. She also teaches about different ingredients and things like that. Now, she is not an esthetician. She is not a dermatologist. She's not a doctor, nothing like that. So obviously you need to be careful about what you listen to and what you actually apply to your own skin. Do your own research as well as talk to your own doctor. But she'll even say that throughout it. So try out Angie from Hot and Flashy and see if some of the information she gives you could be beneficial to you. On the same line of skincare, I've talked about this woman before in other videos, but I want to specifically shout out to her. It's Dr. Dray, that's her name, D-R-A-Y, and she is a dermatologist, and I really highly recommend you going on her channel and checking it out. Now, some things to just keep in mind. I am not a vlog watcher. I don't like watching vlogs that much, where it's just a day in the life kind of thing. I mean, sometimes I do, it depends. Once in a great while I'll watch them, but it's not my go-to. She does those, I don't even watch those. That's just a preference for me. What she is really good about is teaching you what ingredients are good for certain kind of skin conditions. And of course, she is a dermatologist, so therefore, you can trust what she's telling you. Now, of course, she doesn't know your skin. So again, you need to do your research and you need to talk to your own doctor because your skin is unique to you. But she has taught me a lot. She talks about rosacea and dry skin and just kind of breaks it all down for us so that we don't get confused about all the ingredients. I also like that she's not swayed by the products. Like, there's so many products out there, and she just simplifies things and says, let's just get to what really is needed on your skin and stop doing all the fluffy stuff that we don't care about that is not beneficial to your skin. So I highly recommend Dr. Dray. She's great. The third beauty one I will talk about has more to do with your hair. And this, her name, I don't know her name. Actually, I don't know her name, but her channel name is, I think it's Malibu is how it is pronounced. It's Malibu, I don't know. She's very cute. She's a young girl. She's, her husband's on the channel sometimes with her. He's from another country. I want to say German, maybe, Scandinavian. I'm not sure what it is, but he's really fun with her, and he's not on all that often, but she really focuses in on hair. and she'll try different products. She'll try different appliances for your hair, blow dryers, straighteners, all those things, and she'll break it down whether it's worth it. And I like that she's not like, I just loved this. She's like, okay, this is what it specifically does. And so she's really good. I've enjoyed watching her. Her hair is very different than mine, so I have to take it with a grain of salt. I also like that she does high-end, and she also does drugstore pricing products, either the appliance or the stuff that you put in your hair. So she doesn't care. She'll say what it is and what the price is, and you can make your decision. So I highly recommend Malibu. The thing I like to watch the most is home related ones. And you guys, I've told you guys about some of my favorite. Rachel Talbot, I just love her. There's just some YouTubers that are really good at it. And I'm going to tell you a couple of my also favorite ones. So first of all is called The Minimal Mom. Now I just love her. Her name is Dawn, and she's younger. She's got 3 little kids. I don't know if she homeschools them or not. And I don't necessarily watch the videos about her family per se, because it's obviously not the same type of life that I have. But I love her take on minimalism. It's very realistic for a family. It's not, you may have a chair and a side table and that is it in this room. She's not like that. But she definitely is minimal. But she also teaches you the step-by-step ways of doing it. A lot of the things she does are things I had already implemented in my life, and I'm implementing more and more. I love her approach to doing it. She also is a Christian, so she talks about her faith. So she has a twin sister, and every Sunday, the twin sister comes on her channel with her, and they do some kind of faith-based video. So if that's not something you're into, you may not want to watch that video that day. But everything else is very much based on minimalism and the things she's doing around her house to maintain what she's done. So she's very good. I enjoy watching her. She's very friendly. She's one of those people I'd love to get to know, because she just seems like a sweet person. The second one is called The Prairie Homestead, and she is newer to me as far as watching her channel. She obviously is a homesteader. I don't actually know where she is located. I don't remember. She's very much new to me. I've watched, a handful of her videos. But I really like her approach. She just came out with a cookbook called The Prairie Homestead Cookbook, I think. Yes. And it is very much old-fashioned cooking, like the way your grandmother did. And the pictures are beautiful, and her place is beautiful, but realistically beautiful, not like this showcase beautiful. She is a homesteader. So it's just fun. Do you guys like watching channels that are completely different than your life? I love doing that. I don't know, it just gives you a window into someone else's life that isn't like yours, and it's so interesting to me. Like, obviously I like to watch people who are like me because I learn from them, I can commiserate with them. It's just interesting that way. But I also love people who are completely opposite, like a homesteader. Now, I've always thought I wanted to be a homesteader. I think that I probably wouldn't survive because I don't think I can handle it. But it's just so interesting to me to watch other channels and how they live their life and the things that they do, and raising cattle and having this massive garden and having a whole gaggle of children that you homeschool. And it's so opposite of me that it just enthralls me. I love to watch it. So I would watch her. She's very friendly. Another person I'd love to get to know, and she's worth it. And you learn a lot when you watch her channel. So very good tutorials. In fact, I think all of these that I'm telling you have very good tutorials, and that's another reason I like them. They're interesting. Sometimes the videography is good, sometimes it's really not, but who cares? Like, if I'm learning something and they're personable and they're fun to watch, I like watching them. So the last one I'm going to tell you about is also kind of a new channel to me. I watched her a little bit more than The Prairie Homestead, but this is called The White Cottage. And she is very interesting. She's very soft-spoken, very, I don't know how to say it. Well, she used to be Amish, so that will tell you a lot about her. So she always wears a skirt. She always has her hair up, and she has the like this covering on the back of her head. She goes into it a little bit on her faith. I think she's Mennonite now, but I don't want to say it wrong. I don't want to say she isn't, and if she is not. But she goes into her faith. But I share a lot of the same values and faith that she does. And so it's been interesting to see how she not entangles. It's interesting to see how she incorporates that a little bit, but she doesn't talk a lot about her faith. Her channel is very much, I've told you everything about her except what her channel is really about. Her channel is really about DIY home decor specifically. She is very unafraid to tackle pretty much any kind of thing to redo her house. She will saw wood, she will paint, she will use a big sprayer, she will drag furniture out to her driveway, it looks like, and she'll start working at it. She amazes me. She's very stealth on the silhouette, the thing that cuts vinyl, and she'll also she'll put words on everything. She does more like modern farm country kind of things. She also has an Etsy shop where you can buy some of the things that she makes. So that's kind of fun. I haven't purchased any of it, but I might someday because her stuff is really good. Her tutorials are very explanatory. Like you feel like after watching them, you could implement them. Whether you do or not, I don't know. I have not implemented any of hers, but it's just interesting to watch. So those are the ones I love watching. I wonder what you guys are loving right now. So if you comment below, let me know what YouTubers that as soon as they post, you're like, oh, I'm totally watching this. I'd love to hear that because it's so interesting to me. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe, please do so. I do content based on anything that pertains to a woman living in her mid-50s. Well, I'm not in my mid-50s yet. In her mid-life. So if that interests you, please subscribe. If you like this kind of video, please give me a thumbs up. I will see you in the next video. God bless.